Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at our market leading stocks via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for Tuesday, January 14th, 2014. Got pretty material break brewing in the overall market right now, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the overall scans here. We definitely have a bias to the downside here in the NASDAQ patch. We're kind of skewed here with definitely more sells than buys, and the sells are popping up in the CPS variety, the continuation pressure signal, and they tend to be very strong. So definitely have some shorts handy in this sector. We're also going to focus on the financial sector in just a little bit. You can see there's quite a few open-close deviations. These are going to be leaving very bearish candles on the chart, covering big range. The other notable fact here is that we've got a lot of VWAP deviations, more so than usual, and not just generated on corporate specific news. A lot of this is just overall market pressure. So we're seeing a good deal of influence to the downside and pressure on stocks. Right now we've come to that 18-1250 area in the ES futures, so we're finding a little bit of support in a resting spot. That could be a critical pivot for tomorrow. Moving on to the financials, we've got an extreme confluence here of downside CPS signals. So this is definitely the spot we want to focus on follow through for the coming session. Moving on to the energy names, this is definitely not what's in focus, but there is some pretty good weakness out there. Valero, which is pulling back off of range high on pretty good volume, so keep an eye on that. But we don't have that dominance of signals in this particular sector. Moving on to the generals, I was actually surprised not to see a few more signals in this. We had a nice short today in MasterCard, which we initiated under about 831.5. That is a dozen points or more in the money, so we'll be taking that home. But for the overall generals, not really seeing too much of an influence here from the signals. We are seeing some good weakness. Got an open close deviation in Best Buy, same conditions present in Comcast, and we've got a couple of volume bumps here. Moving on to the housing names, definitely not where the action is. You can see the light volume here; they are weak. NVR has a downside CPS. Transportation names are weak, but there aren't a lot of signals there. Just that little micro cap dry ships sporting a downside CPS. Commodities starting to flip around here a little bit. Not seeing too much of a flight to quality just yet. Gold's up about $5, but we definitely could see more. We got gold pushing above the 50 DMA, so make sure you're aware of where that is on the chart. All right, and finally, here's something we're going to do. Going to go a little bit off script here. Just want to point out that we've got a specific pattern in place in the broad market and also on the NASDAQ side. That's a 913.9 off the seeker. Here's your 9-bar run to the upside, and we've got a 13-bar run in the exhaustion phase, which gave the market a little bit of a stop here and pushed it down a little bit. Then we did another 9 bars up here. So what we have is we've got a 9, a 13, and an exhaustion signal, and then a reinforcing 9 bars to the upside, indicating a pretty good area for the market to pivot to the downside from. And you can see that today we're essentially resolving this lateral range to the downside. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about this, I definitely would encourage you to tune into our market previews where we go over the charts and also the bar counts for our proprietary tools. All right, folks, as always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.